Now who the real problem is down there. But my problem today is Officer Cohen, which is one of the police that was down there, thinks that I'm the problem and I'm starting everything, was called today when dude comes across the street onto my property and pushes me and assaults me. Gave him a disorderly conduct ticket. No, if I go put my hands on somebody, you're gonna arrest me, brother. Don't tell me you ain't. Don't tell me you ain't. But look, I need you to get down to the main problem, man. Listen, I pay taxes like everybody else. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I fall short or I've done things in my past. I or nobody deserves what's going on at 727 down there, man. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. The police doesn't want me to call them. They're threatening me with disorderly conduct. It's ridiculous. I got it all videoed on TikTok. You got 2.2 million people wanting to know what you guys are going to do here. Oh yeah. And I proved it today. That was my damn fence. Now I want my fence back or I want receiving stolen property charges. I own 4 feet more, brother. 4 feet on more in the property line. I got everything videoed right here if you want to see it.
You got to back off. I know you're upset, but I really have no idea.
I'm pissed. The other day, the neighbor across the street was digging around
the
with my fence. Yeah, her husband. Well, ever since we got him for disorderly conduct fighting.
How was he digging your fence when it's across the street?
He lives across the street. He was next door to me at a condemned house.
Okay.
Fucking with my fence, right?
Every time we're back here.
And he says,
hold on now, I'm not trying
Okay.
to, I just wanted,
all right, go ahead.
where was the fence at?
I own lot 42 and 43. She owns lot 44. This would be Carrie
You own a
McGovern.
lot across the street too.
No. I own this one and this one. The people I have trouble with live over here in 727. They came over to 720 and ripped my damn fence down, and Officer Brown let them do it, saying it looked like it was on their property because the posts were on the inside. That don't matter, dude. It's a civil matter. The fence should not have been touched until it was taken to court. But he let it happen. I came up, talked to your supervisor. He said, you proved to me that fence was mine. We'll see about criminal mischief and we'll press criminal charges. I got 100% proof that shit was mine. Now, he assaulted me today. Came across the street and assaulted me on my property. And they still want to warn me for disorderly conduct, saying that I'm saying stuff to them. I don't say nothing. I do not try to keep it going. Listen, I've tried for years now. Take care of my neighbor. She's got dementia. They're over there revving their motorcycles and shit. She's falling, trying to get to her door, thinking somebody's knocking. These people are ruining my neighborhood, dude. And my problem is I've minded my business. And that has got me where I am at today.
So what happened today?
Today, the surveyors came, so I'm showing TikTok. Looky here, bud, I actually own 6 feet over here, clear up to her house. He comes across the street, running his mouth, asking the surveyors.
Shut that door, will you?
Asking the surveyors. So is that his fence? Is that his fence?
People are working back here.
They said yes. That is his fence. That is his fence, right? So I was talking to TikTok, not him. I don't give a shit what he says or thinks anyway. I am clear up to here. As I'm videoing, I'll show you the video. He walks up to me, clear up on my property, and shoves me and says, "Get the fuck over on your shit then." That's assault, bro. I don't care who you are. And if it's not, and that's on, then we're hitting. Right in the middle of the street, mutual combat, and I'll go pay $50 fine for disorderly conduct. Come on, man.
Let me talk for a second, all right? It's not assault.
I know. Listen, I'm not mad at you.
Listen, I know you're upset, but it's not assault.
It is assault.
It's not assault.
It is assault.
Assault, if you came over and crack you in the face, absolutely.
What's the difference? You
Dude
pushed me.
comes over
I'm 40
and
years
shoves you.
old, man. I could have had a heart attack. My chest hurts right now, and I don't know if it's from the stress or for him pushing me. He didn't just push me. He shoved me. I damn near fell. That's assault. But it wasn't a bump in the chest. You know, nothing like that. It was an assault, my guy. Anytime you put your hands on somebody is an assault.
And if he would have hit him, he would have.
And if I'd have hit him, you guys would have got me. You'd have arrested me right there. I need your policemen to know that I am not the problem down here. Every time they come down, they think that I'm the problem, so I'm not getting no help. I'm not. And I'm putting all this on the internet for everybody to see. And I'm hoping, this is your community also, we can change this. We don't have to be like these bigger cities. We don't have to deal with this. I should not be scared to call you in retaliation of what these people are doing. And it's really the kids. It's the kids that live in that home. It's not even their home. I should not have to deal with that. The neighbors should not have to deal with that. They're bothering them, bothering us. Fucking pussies, fucking bitch. You know, on and on and on. There she is yelling on camera at my wife. She's taping, she's taping. That's the judge says you ain't allowed to say nothing to nobody about her.
She's back in court.
You know what I'm saying? We are back in court for that shit. Where she was parking across the street, and your officer said that it wasn't a violation, but I got him on video saying it was a violation, so that video got kicked out. I'd have put that shit on the internet too. That was wrong. Speaking to a battered woman like that coming down here because he's had a bad day, he don't give a fuck, and he don't give a fuck what the judge says, and I ain't got a chance in hell with you guys, man. Come on. You want me to take it in my own hands? Tell me that.
Hey, quit yelling at me.
I'm not.
Let's get this
That's
first.
my mental. That's
Let me
my
talk
mental.
for a second.
It's not
Let's
you.
get something across the table right now.
I'm not yelling
Stop
at you.
yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at
All
you.
right?
I'm not yelling
I
at
have never
you.
disrespected anybody in
I
this
know
career
that.
until
Don't
I get
take it that way.
disrespected.
That's
okay?
how I lose people.
Relax, calm down,
I know.
and talk to me.
I know you're
all
not
right?
going to do nothing. I know you're not going to do
There you
nothing.
go with that attitude.
I know.
That attitude don't get you anywhere.
It shouldn't matter.
That
It's the
attitude
law.
does not get you anywhere.
You're just serve and protect me.
You're trying to
whether
tell
my
me the
attitudes or
law.
not.
Okay?
You work for me, man. I'm
You're
sorry.
trying to tell me the law.
I pay.
okay?
I pay for you to do. Serve
I'm not
and
going to
protect
sit here and
me.
argue with you. If you
That's
want to
fine.
argue, we can leave. You can go to somebody else.
If I got to go higher, I will. I don't
That's-
want to
that's
argue
fine,
with you.
all
I don't
right?
want to lose you thinking I'm yelling at you and you shut down and not listening. And
I'm not going to shut down.
Yeah, you will. You are. You are now. You just become defensive, and then
There's
it's
no
just
defensive.
natural.
I'm becoming aggressive.
It's natural, okay? It's your fight or flight. You're taking it wrong. I'm not yelling at you. You were not down
What
there.
you're doing is
You don't know.
you're going everybody in this police department and you keep pointing
I'm
over and
pissed.
saying, you guys, you guys,
I'm
you guys.
pissed. I'm
Okay?
pissed,
I understand you're pissed. You're pissing me off. I understand you're pissed.
your officers.
All right? How many times these guys been down there over this stuff? How
I'll
many
take
times
care
in
of
the
it.
last year have these officers been down there about you and your neighbors? And I'm not blaming you or your neighbor. Okay?
You must like.
I'm
they
just
must
saying
like
how many times they've been down there.
They must like it,
right?
don't they?
They
Yeah.
don't like going down there
They would
over
do their
and
job.
over and over.
You will walk across the street and be like, I don't know why this guy's acting like that. That amps them up even more, dude. That amps them up even more. It should have been done a long time ago. Like, look, hey, you guys say anything to them, I'm getting your ass for disorderly conduct. Same thing with you, Mr. Reitzel. You say anything to them, we're tired of this shit.
I'm
What are you
sure
gonna
that's
do here?
been
What?
done, trust me. I'm sure that's been done.
Then why ain't there a bunch of disorderly conducts of every
I have
call?
no idea. You want me to go look and tell me there is?
Because they want to be
There's
like,
probably a bunch of them.
it's civil. No, there's not. I've been in here to look
Because
for
they don't want to
police
deal with this.
You have to.
Okay?
You have to. It's
They
your
don't want to
community
deal with
too.
you and your neighbor
your
fighting
community
every
too.
single day.
It's your community too. You're to protect me. You're to protect her. You're to protect
And
my
I do.
family.
Trust me.
You're not. That's what I'm saying. You're not. I feel like you're not.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Not you. I said here. Okay, so I'm
You need to
saying
fix that, yeah.
I don't think it's you personally. The officer. Let me rephrase that. The officers that have been called to my house have acted that way. Let's rephrase that then. Not the police department. Not you. The ones that I've encountered. There was only one that came down here that looked at her and told her, you touch another thing without any proof, and you're going to jail. And that's basically what should have been done.
Tell me what you want me to fix right now.
I want my fence back.
You want your fence
I want my fence back. I'd like
You
to
got-
have a fence put back up, but I know you can't do
You got your
that.
fence surveyed,
Yes, sir.
and they ripped the fence down.
Yes, sir.
Officers came down to your house today.
Yes, sir.
Who was the officer?
Going.
Who?
Going.
Gowen?
Officer McGowan, I think.
McGowan.
McGowan. Yeah.
And what happened?
He watches video. Basically, he's going to get him
that
for it.
video won't
Okay.
download until tonight.
He warned him for disorderly conduct. He gave him disorderly conduct. He barred him from the property. I don't know if he barred him from 720 or mine, but he warned me
Did
and
he
warned him.
violate the protection order?
Who? He
The guy
doesn't
that
have one,
shot you.
unfortunately. She does. I don't got one on him yet. I will now. Now I got 2 incidents for disorderly against me. They're hard to get. They're harder to get than you think.
I know they're not. I know
Right,
they are.
right, yeah. I will get one for him though.
You know what? And just let's try and solve this problem.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell you stuff without you yelling at me.
I'm
All
not
right.
yelling at you. I'm passionate.
It's non-assault,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm passionate.
and I'm just telling you, it's not. As much as you want it to be an assault, it's not assault. The guy
So-
comes over, shoves you. Let me explain.
I just
right?
wonder if I can
He comes
defend
over,
myself.
he shoves you, he pushes. Absolutely, you can defend yourself.
So I could beat his ass right there.
I'm not going to say you can beat his ass. Okay.
How do I know
if
when to
someone
stop?
comes up to you and shoves you, He started. That's
How
an
do I
act
know
of,
when to stop?
that's an act of aggression,
I
right?
know.
Most men, if they get shoved, what's their first instinct?
Fight.
They're
Or
going to
flight.
fight. Fight or flight.
Right.
You're going to throw a punch. Are you at fault for that? Absolutely not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I should
They
know better.
will treat
You
him
don't.
like that.
We're all
When has
God's
that been
children,
treated?
man.
When
We're
have
all
you been
God-
treated? When have you
do
been
not put your hands
shoved
on people.
and punched somebody? I've never seen anybody in this department that if they didn't start the fight but they defended herself, man, they walked down the road.
I don't have luck like that. I got the worst luck ever. Dude.
He's
Ever.
been in trouble before.
I got 5
for
numbers.
when someone came on
Yeah.
our property and they were going to arrest
The
him.
only thing the
so-
police was
Okay.
worried about was whether or not I had a warrant.
Okay, let's say the police. Let's say the police are wrong. All right, police are wrong. They've done you wrong in the past.
They have.
Do you know the remedy for that?
I'm trying to get an investigator. I'm trying to go down the line now.
Do you know the remedy for that? So you got charged wrongly before in the past by the police.
No. Pretty much everything I've been charged for, they've got me. Maybe it shouldn't have been that charge, but I've always pled guilty, and anything I've ever done, yeah. Yeah, I've never been falsely accused and
So
charged.
that's
of
why we
anything.
have a court system.
I understand.
We're not all
that.
perfect.
I get that, brother.
By all means. We
Mm-hmm. I
are
get
not
that.
all perfect.
And all I
We
want-
go out and we pass judgment on people out here every day. That's our job.
I want you to learn from this. That's all. Education, you, me, fences, line fences have laws. You're not to touch until you give the adjoining owner 28 days. Even if it's my fence, I cannot go out there and rip it down. I have to give her a written notice, 28 days. That gives her a chance to go to the courts and say, hey, I think that's my
Hold on, let's
fence.
address one deal at a time here, all right? We'll get to the fence.
Okay,
Let's keep talking about the shove,
okay,
all right? So he got cited with disorderly conduct, he was barred from your property.
yes.
I mean, you're not happy with that, but I am, that my officer I feel he did his job.
He didn't want to. He did
didn't
not
want
want
to
to do
sign
that. He did not want to do it. No, sir. He tried everything. You'll see the video. Just watch. You'll see. And then you'll be like, damn, man, the kid don't have a chance in hell. And I'll do anything in my power
Did you
to help
tell
you
the
guys.
officer you want to press charges?
Yes, I did. Several
Okay,
times.
Then he wrote the ticket. He may not have wanted to, understand that.
Right.
Fact is, ticket's wrote.
Okay.
He has a court date, he'll go to court, whatever.
Right.
So, you think it's an assault? I
I can
understand
handle that in
that.
court,
I
right.
totally understand that, you can handle that in court.
Right, right, right.
Okay, let's go back to your fence.
Okay.
Tell me about your fence.
Before it got tore down,
I don't know anything about it, just tell me about the fence. What
well,
happened?
that's what, one day we was looking out our cameras getting alerts, and he was over there taking
When was
off.
this?
It's been about a week or so ago. He was taking the bars that tighten the fence, man, that's on the corner poles. He was taking them apart, right? And I called the police.
Why was he even doing that?
Well, if you watch the videos, the first time they said her gate and her back wouldn't latch. And Officer Brown says that has nothing to do with what the fuck
I'm
he's over there
sorry,
doing.
repeat that again, I was listening.
So Officer Brown finally asked that question. What the hell is he over here supposed to be doing? The landowner supposedly asked him to fix the back gate. It would not latch, which they didn't even have another gate over here. So the assumption was they needed to move this fence over to my offset, because I got an offset for utilities, and then the fence went down to the pole. They planned on ripping this fence down and putting a fence up over here, right? Well, now that I got it surveyed, I own over here, Bob. Clear right against her house, dude. Right against it. Anyway, the officer decided it was hers or whatever and told her she can rip it down. They asked, will you arrest me if I rip it down?
Sorry.
But anyway, okay, I got sidetracked. The officer asked, what's he supposed to be doing? That's what he said he was supposed to be doing. He was supposed to be over there fixing a latcher, right? So then the officer asked, why are you doing this, Carrie? And she says, well, his kids climb on the fence, and I don't want anybody getting hurt. You're more than welcome to go get the balls and stuff out of my yard, but I just don't want anybody getting hurt. But now I got the neighbor yelling at me every time I walk over, you fucking trespassing motherfucker. And she gave me permission to go over anyway. Anyhow, they asked her again, because she was going to rip down the other side. And the neighbor's like, no, I got big dogs, dude. This is my fence. They said, Carrie, what are you doing? She says, I'm selling it. I'm ripping it all down and selling it. It's not her property, sir. It's her mom's property, and she's in South Carolina. They told the officer that. Like, the owner's in South Carolina. So that she probably doesn't even know about this. You know what I mean? Here's my assumption. Here's my conspiracy theory. The neighbors are sitting over here. They yell at us. I don't respond to it. They knew by coming over and fucking with this fence, that was going to do it. I guarantee you, Carrie didn't even know they was doing it till the cops were called. Then they called Carrie. Hey, we're trying to rip down this fence, and they're saying it's theirs. Then she came over. She's not paying them to do anything. Look at the house, dude. Clean the house up or something. You know what I mean?
If you can't clean your own house,
But
they're gonna do
see,
something.
Why did the officer not catch that? Thousands of people on TikTok caught it. They're dogging your police
Who
force.
put the fence up? Yeah, and by the way,
I know, but by the way he acted and stuff, they're saying that he held Carrie's hand. Come here, baby. Look at the way the fence is built. It's yours. He touched her. She shit bricks. Don't you
And my
touch
dad
me.
told him that that was our fence. She owns this fence, and we have 2 dogs. But what I'm trying to tell you is Andy comes over all the time to agitate if we're in the back
Yes.
or not. Mind your own business. It's not your property. It's condemned.
Right.
But I got him over on our property.
And I need you to know I am not keeping this going, Sarge. I am not
He
responding
comes
to
through
these
over on our
people.
property trying to figure out how we can't how they can't walk on her property, which is our property.
Yeah.
I don't have no say.
is that a wooden fence?
No.
It's a vinyl fence,
Oh yeah, that vinyl fence back there, piece of crap.
Yeah, this is after it's done, but we've been weeks without dogs, so that's why he had it surveyed.
What is he doing here?
He's trying to keep me from walking up through there. I cut through there to go to my father-in-law's since they ripped that fence down. So now he thinks I'm trespassing, and he's coming over threatening to beat my ass, and because he's watching that property. Now let me show you where my shit is, bro. Let me show you where my shit is.
Unit 32.
Here's your big boy pin y'all wanted. Look, I was stupid and off and going by this pole. Looky here, boys and girls. I own clear over here. Hell, her corner pole, her damn house is probably on. That's why everybody should have surveys. Everybody should have surveys. Should be mandatory.
Is that the one where he shoved you?
No. I'll show him the one he showed me. Well, there's no sense in showing it to him
Right,
because he's
don't worry
right.
about it.
No, I want to see it anyway.
Okay, if he says
I want to see it.
it's
anyway.
disorderly conduct, then
Okay,
I'll
so
go.
this is whose yellow house is that?
That's the condemned house. Her name is Mary Bailey, I believe.
And
Carrie.
can you go back to that video?
Carrie is the dog. You want to see that one?
So
You want to see this video?
Yeah, just stay right there, man.
Okay.
Where?
Here's your survey. Here's your big boys you guys wanted. Here's your big boy pin y'all wanted. Look, I was stupid and all.
Hit pause. Oh, right there. So in all actuality,
That's the pole they ripped
corner of your fence.
No. Yeah, where was that?
That's your property right
Yes,
there.
sir.
But it could have been on out to the pin.
Now it can go clear over there into her shit. You know what I mean? Now I can. I can go.
Okay, so what we're looking at is she supposedly hired them to rip that fence down because she was saying it's hers.
And she was going to bring a survey up here to the police station because she's had it surveyed. She told the police she'd bring them up here.
And while the police officer was there, he let them rip the fence out?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Officer
Officer Brown
Brown.
allowed them to rip the fence down. Yes.
The one that also told me you shouldn't be crying
hold on.
about that. They should have
Hold on, I'm
never
going to show you the video. Hold on. Here's Going. He didn't have his video camera on.
You can't just hang up on me without a word. I'm sure.
She was disordered the whole time.
This is today.
No, that was the last time the fence got ripped down.
Who's the lady yelling?
That is Carrie, her daughter. She has no rights there. She don't own the property, nothing. She had no rights. The officer shouldn't have let her say shit.
Go around that way. All over stupid shit. Because apparently people think that I can't tear down my own property. And then they want to try to say that nobody fucking lives here. Just because you spent 2 weeks trying to help somebody.
And that corner right there is what we're talking about.
That's an offset. I actually get clear over by her house. There's a survey pin now that's clear over by her frickin' house. So if I move that fence, I'm going clear over by her house. That's where I own.
Shit, whatever. We might as well just leave.
See, we don't have to just leave.
I'm sure we will be.
Gonna hold people's hands forever. You hear all they're talking about me, dude?
That's rude.
Come on. And he didn't have a mic on. He didn't think it caught it.
I'm on the phone and I'm trying to talk to
He
you guys.
didn't. He didn't think it caught it. McGowan didn't. See, I got all 5 of the police officers set for his. He said he wasn't involved in it, but I got lots of video where he sat there talking about it. He had it figured out. And if you listen to his video today, it's a repeat of this. He says the same thing. So he's already got it in his head where Officer Brown told everybody, I'll show you the video. See, the problem is this guy over here. This guy over here is the problem.
He's even telling the ones that
Don't, dude, don't do that to me. If I was, I'll take the admit for it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm trying to get my community to come together now. I won't stand for the shit no more.
Can you show me the
Drugs,
shove?
anything. You know what I mean? Hold on,
it
baby.
happened on January 19. And back then, they didn't do a thing
What
like
happened on
that.
January 19th?
The fence being tore down. But back then, you know, they didn't have issues like that. But as police officers, all the police officers around here should know you do not have anybody take a fence down without a survey and showing you the paper.
I agree.
Because it caused problems.
I agree. Who am I looking at here?
That's why he
He's talking to the surveyors. That's the guy that pushed me. Andy lives across the street, 717.
fence, unfortunately.
I'm talking to TikTok.
He's almost standing on my property. Trespassing.
On your fucking property, I'm asking you a damn question.
I'm over here. My property's right here. Right here, all the way up against her house, bruh. All the way.
Pause it.
No, don't pause it yet, because he's coming for me.
I was just looking at stuff.
He's
See that
coming.
property pin right there?
I was turned sideways.
Okay.
I was turned sideways. The whole
Assault. Call
fucking
the police
neck
right
and
now.
everything popped. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's not a shove. Like, he could have fucking
Call
hurt
the
me.
police
And
right
he's got
now.
epilepsy.
You're
If I
going-
slap him, he's gonna fall and flop, bro. Anytime his brain moves, he's gonna fall and flop. And I'm disabled. I get a check every month.
Yes, sir, ma'am, thank you.
I got mental problems, obviously, if you haven't figured it out.
What it needs to be done, since there's a lot of problems.
Hold on, let him watch these.
coming.
Not her fence, unfortunately. He's almost standing on my property. Trespassing.
On your fucking property, I'm asking you a damn question.
I'm over here. My property's right here. Right.
And then I told Bill, and my wife's my witness, and he says, well, obviously, she's your wife. She's going to say that. Bro, it's the 9th commandment. I'm not going to lie on my neighbors. I'm not. That's one of the 10 commandments. You know what I mean? I gave my life to God a long time ago, and I'm putting everything I am into it. And
He's just gotta learn to
gives me
stop
the
You're all the way up
idea.
against her house, bruh.
I just got to control
All the way.
I got to watch how I talk. I gotta,
See that property pin right there?
Get the fuck over here.
Okay. Assault. Call the police right now.
He put your
Call the police, right?
he got me kind of in my neck area. It was up here. You know what I mean? Wham! And it, like I said, it wasn't a bump. It wasn't a shove. Like he come walking into me like wham!
If they're tired of coming down, they need to get them too.
I'm
and
tired of you
borrow
coming
from
down
over
too,
here.
sir.
Why are you over here? You have no concern.
I'm tired of you coming down too. You know what I mean? When Brown left the first time, he did not have the common sense to come and tell me that, hey, I'm going to let him tear the fence down. So I ended up calling the police back again, looking stupid, thinking, because he told me, I said, before you leave then, will you please make sure they get the bottom bracket on? He said, yeah, I'll go over and talk to him. He goes over and tells them, I don't care who it does it, how it gets done, somebody's putting that or that thing back on that fence. And they just stand there. He said, what the hell's wrong with everybody? Why won't anybody listen to me? Nobody listens down here. That's what McGowan says that reminds me of the first time. Nobody wants to listen down here. I'm ready to listen, dude. I gotta quit making faces. I'm sorry. I gotta quit talking loud and making you think that I'm yelling at you. I understand that I got problems that I need to work on, and I'm willing to work on it. But my family's not safe from these people. The mother, the father, the daughter, the mother married the father, the son married the daughter. And they're trouble. And I promise you I'm not keeping it going. I don't park on their side. I don't yell at them. I don't say anything. I promise you right now. Promise you. I've tried to ignore it, hoping it'll stop. They're getting closer to my house. I'm going to hurt somebody, officer. I don't want to hurt nobody. Nothing in this world is worth hurting somebody over. It's really not.
You're right. Defend yourself and don't.
Right, but then I take that chance of fighting it in court that it was a defense, and I don't even want it to get that far, man. You see what I'm saying? They think that it's petty, but this petty shit can get real big real quick. You see what I mean? And I'm trying to stop it, nip it in the butt beforehand, and they're calling me a crybaby for it.
All right, I got the gist there.
I apologize
I got it.
again.
No, but he's not a counselor, so
No, I
people
don't
know.
want
You
you to
can
think I'm
talk to
yelling
the
at you.
counselor like that. They understand
Yeah,
your
I know.
frustration.
I know.
Because he was doing that with
I'm
Officer
sorry.
Brown, and
Yes.
that's why
Yes, I
Officer
was.
Brown thought he was the problem, but you can see he was frustrated more about the fence, not Officer Brown
Right.
trying to get
Trust
help.
me, I get it.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you do, man. I gave you the chance with the first officer. You promised me you'd take care of it. I laid it in your hands, and you did. You took care of it for me, and that's past doing. You know what I mean?
So what are we gonna do?
I need my fence back. I'd really love to have somebody put it back up, but I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen. What I would like to see is Officer Brown out of his vehicle, knocking on doors in my community and introducing himself. That's all. That's all. I would love to see Officer Brown down there putting up himself since he allowed him to take it down. But I know I'm not going to get shit like that. And all I want from this is awareness and education. I don't want nobody to really, you know, I mean, I don't want to dog the police department for it.
I got some issues.
Right.
You're totally right. The fence should not have been taken.
That's why I'm acting
Right,
like
but
this.
he was told by the supervisor in here too, that when we prove it's ours and
Yeah.
show the survey, they will arrest Andy
Brown will
and
take care,
her.
or he'll
Yep.
we got this now.
I don't know
Let
if
him
that's-
understand a little bit, that way he can,
That's
you know, those clamps and them top bars and shit are expensive, man. That's a whole 75 foot of,
No, I get you.
right, I need all that back. Or they can get receiving stolen property charges, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you know, no?
You're running into a whole
Right, it's a slew, it should have never,
slew of shit.
they
man,
should have,
because
you should have tell them when you
for one-
talk to
For
them.
one thing, it should never happen.
It's a civil matter,
This happened
right?
in January, right?
January.
I've waited so long because I had to have proof to bring to you. I couldn't come in here and tell you it's
And to
mine,
get
it's
the
mine.
survey.
You'd be like,
The fence shouldn't have
Prove
moved
it.
until the survey was done.
right, that's the law.
And I just whopper jawed everything.
Right, so just education to your officers.
They know that.
Right, why did they allow it,
common
man?
sense,
Why
man.
did, find out then,
Right.
Brown, why would you allow that? And then leave,
They going to
and then
report
leave,
that.
and then leave in the middle of them doing it.
I can't answer that question.
It could have ended badly. A lot of people, thousands of people on here is like, she'd have never made it to the second pole. I'd electrified the fence. I'd have shot her. I'd have done this.
that's-
You
that's-
can't
that's
do that.
Tik-
It's a fence,
That's
dude.
TikTok.
Right,
I mean,
it's
you
a
wanna,
fence.
You want to kill somebody over ripping a fence down?
Right,
That's
yeah,
not a very good
you
choice.
get trolls and idiots. I want people to learn from it.
You did
Now
the
the
right thing
police
by calling
went
the
back,
police.
right, they went back,
But I'm
they've
scared to
charged
call
him
you
now
guys.
for criminal damaging, you know, criminal mischief, because they know that they was over there, up to no good now. You know, I want to be able to put a good report back on TikTok that my city
Here's
stood up.
the problem I got is, okay, so the lady in the yellow house,
Mm-hmm.
if she's telling whatever that guy is, hey, this is my fence, can you rip it down for me? And he says, well, sure, no problem.
Right, that's the excuse, right, I see that.
That's the excuse,
I see
right?
that,
And he goes there and tears the fence down because the police told him he could.
right. He said, I won't arrest you right now. He didn't mean, well, there's repercussions coming in the end. Brown
what-
should have said that.
So what did he tell him? If this turns out to be not your fence, I'm going to arrest you.
No, Sarge told me that though. Sarge said, you bring in proof that
When
was your
did he
fence.
tell you that?
Sergeant, same day I came in, I talked to him. You wanna see his video?
Day of the fence.
Yep, the day they did it. Yep, the day they did it.
Which sergeant was that?
He was really nice and I was yelling at him and wasn't
Like
listening
he
to him.
is you. He has
So he
anger.
kind of shut down on me, you know what I mean? He was real cool though, he was real cool. I didn't like the fact he had me in the lobby with the echo in and he interrupted me when I was talking to him, but he starts yelling at me. You'll be able to see who he is, I'm not for sure. I think he says his name when he walks in. So you might want to talk to him about it. And then there's another officer that has a file where if they touch anything or do anything, he's coming back. So I catch him out on my camera taking my fence apart outside, right? And I'm like, what the hell? So I called in here to do
dispatcher's like, well, go ask me what he's doing. And I'm like, fine, it's that easy. So she dispatched people. Well, he comes and he says, what are you doing, dude? Why didn't you ask me? You know, you'll get to see the video and stuff. We got to talking. Dude wanted to take this fence and turn it at a C, right? They'll have police reports on it, man. I want you to watch their video cameras too. There's my side, their side, and then there's the video camera. So I called the police because we don't get along.
Trying to hear his voice.
Go towards the end, because I talk a lot.
As far as suing them or maybe possibly criminal
You got this on TikTok. You put me on TikTok?
If you're on there, yeah, if I get your police,
I mean, you putting this one on
it'll
TikTok?
go on there, yeah. But I have a feeling that they're fair, man. And I shouldn't have any
expensive
problem.
was.
I won't embarrass you, I promise you, man.
You have at it, man.
I won't do
I ain't got
that.
nothing
He got
Right.
a little bit more and he'll get paid for putting it on there.
Yeah, I got over
Well, maybe I
5,000
People
followers
want-
from this shit, dude.
Maybe I could get you some more hits.
Yeah, like 3,000 more followers and I'll start getting paid for that video. Yeah, anything I put on, like I just put those videos on, I've got already 439,000 views on it. And I just put it on about 2 hours
He
ago.
wasn't going to put them
People
on,
really
but
don't
he
like
waited
cops.
for someone
They're
to
wanting the
have a
outcome. They're wanting to know the outcome because they're saying the cops don't take care of civil matters. Since when did they start holding people's hands and doing stuff like that?
This fence-wise is a civil matter.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
I mean, when
Absolutely.
it went back in January, when
Yep.
you first called in, this is a civil matter.
Yes, sir, it was.
Now, what I'm gonna do is keep the peace and say nobody's touching that fence
Yeah, it's too late. Done went down.
until the survey.
That's what should have happened. Yes, sir.
And
Yeah,
that's-
I agree.
the,
Yes.
the second officer done that though.
Yeah, but because
The
Brown
one-
thought I'm the problem down there and I'm the fucking
It
dickhead,
doesn't
he just let him
matter.
do it.
It doesn't matter who the problem is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I feel it matters to
When
me,
it-
dude.
but
It
when
matters
it-
to me. It does. It's my community. If I was the problem, I deserve what I get. Well, not necessarily. It's up to him to judge. It's not somebody else. But watch Browns, man. I'm telling you, I didn't have a get from the get. He never gave me nothing. He's
Well,
just
he
like,
should know. We've
shut
been
up.
in here way
You know, he told me
more
to shut
than
up,
anything.
go
This
on.
ain't-
Hell, I
this
kicked
has
him out of my
been a
yard.
problem for a while
I
now.
kicked him off my property. I told him to get the fuck off my property.
With them two over there, all four of them actually.
You know, then I asked for a supervisor, and he's like, "No, I ain't getting you no supervisor. If the supervisor would have went down there, he'd done like you done. Nobody touches that fence." Man, they spent an hour down there, dude. An hour of my taxpayer, your taxpayer money for an outcome of that. Just get on them, bro. Get on them. Listen, civil matter, get your asses out of there. Any questions?
Where is the fence at?
Huh? I don't know. They took it. They rolled it down, kicked it over my property. Hell, I'm still picking up aluminum pieces where I had it strapped tight so the dogs couldn't push under it. And I think Andy bought it, to be honest with you, as a trophy. That's really why I want it back so bad.
This start
It's my
trouble
damn
because
fence.
I got a domestic dispute on him. They all three came over
Yep.
at me and my daughter.
Yep, ever since we
At
went to court.
17, since I went to court, they've been
Yep.
doing it.
Blowing
And-
leaves and trash and
Mhm. We
debris
even
all
had an
over our
incident where we
vehicles and
called about
shit.
that for civil matter that he blew leaves and got our cars dirty.
Cop says,
They still
"Oh,
continue.
he used a battery powered one? Huh." And
Yeah.
walked and got in his car and
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, and then they, they still call the city guy on us.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I
parking
mean?
enforcement
But
officer.
they had their cars sitting
Man,
there for weeks.
I got a truck sitting behind me right now that has 2011 tags on it. 2011. And there's probably another truck sitting in the front yard. And this guy comes down and tells me I got to move my car every 48 hours. Huh? But I got him on video telling me it's not obstructing nothing. You got good tags. You got insurance. I'm not worried about it. 2 weeks later, he came down, slipped a damn ticket on my window, said 48-hour warning. I said, you fucking... And it's okay. Listen, if that's his job, sir, do it. Follow through with it, though. Don't just get me and leave all these other... You know, there's a camper around the corner. There's... You
Yeah,
see what...
but-
That's all I'm saying.
but
That's
yeah.
all I'm saying.
But
I
for
feel
now-
discriminated against. The officers that were involved in these are discriminating against me. It's not you. I know that you're not.
Hey, I feel the
I
same
need
way.
to
I will
know
never call. If
that when
anything
I call
happens, I take
them,
it to
I
court
can
now.
depend on them. I can that they're going to listen to what I say, and that I'm not the problem, and that I'm not causing. Otherwise, I wouldn't call you. I would handle it myself. You don't want citizens handling stuff themselves, man. You guys don't want that. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want that at all.
If it's civil, y'all take it to court, it's civil. If not, y'all gonna have to figure out a way, you know, but this shit is not gonna fly. We're not gonna do this. Badgering stuff.
Well, I would say your fence, I don't know what they were telling you we can charge them. I don't think we can.
What?
Charge the guy for taking the fence down now. Because I don't think that, obviously, if I ask him, he's gonna tell me that he was doing this for the homeowner and he doesn't think he was in the wrong.
Right.
Which I can totally see.
Right.
You may have to take her to court.
If you're willing to charge, I'm willing to try it. You know what I mean?
I don't even think the law director's office will even take that.
You don't even think
We
they'll take
can
it?
write it up. What we can do is we can write it up.
Right.
Okay? We have an opinion based.
Criminal mischief at least. Knowing that they was over there to stir shit up. I understand the
but
damaging
at the
part.
time, were they knowing?
Yeah. You'll see, Browns, they kept switching their story, dude.
We can write it up. We can send it over to the prosecutor's office, law director's office. An attorney will read it. We'll look at everything. If they send us something back that says yay or nay, we can prosecute this case.
Right. That's cool. I mean, that's better than
I mean, would you be
nothing.
comfortable with that?
That's better than nothing at all.
Better than nothing.
You know, if you at least try.
Because
I went
ultimately,
through
the
process.
final say-so is not the police.
Right. It cost me $2,000 to prove to you that was my fence. At least get me my fence back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's
No, I
what
would
I'm
rather
saying.
than pay for a new one. You
Well,
took it
here's
down.
what I'm saying. If it would come down to the
Yeah, I understand
them
what you're
making a
saying.
decision where they would file charges, okay,
Right.
that's fine to get handled in court.
Right.
If they wouldn't,
Right.
you're gonna have to take her to court.
Yeah, and you know what's going to piss me off? The judge is going to say, well, the homeowner didn't even know, sir. You know what I'm saying? That was the daughter. She didn't own shit. You see what I'm saying? So legally, in the
And
law's
we-
eyes, they're going to be like, that. She's not a property owner, even though. So that's where I'm going to need some kind of
Yeah, you're
criminal destruction to be able to do the suing part, not to get her in trouble or arrest her or anything like that. But I need the police's backup. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you the paperwork from the surveyor in question. That fence is mine. I done had him write it on there. It'll be on there. You know, we found out later on that it was his fence. We didn't say that there was repercussions that come later. He did not say that.
Did you bring that paperwork with you?
No, I got to pay him the money. He's bringing it tomorrow. Yep,
When you get that, we just swing in here tomorrow and drop it
Yes,
off.
sir. Yes,
Or
sir, I will.
call and I'll run down here and grab it.
you got it. You got it. But I need you to talk to Brown for me, man. Please.
Trust me, I'll
Please.
talk to Brown.
I'm not the problem.
Yeah, he owes
I'm
an
not the
apology.
problem. No, he don't even have to apologize
Yes,
to me,
he
dude.
does.
No, he doesn't. No, he don't. No, he don't. If you don't feel like he does, then no. I don't want to push it. I just want him to know I'm not the problem, dude. I'm there for the solution, and I want to be able to rely on you guys. If somebody's selling drugs, I want to be able to call you and say, hey, somebody's selling drugs, and not have a cop be like, hey, they're calling saying you're selling drugs, and then get back in the car and leave. And now I got to fight these people. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on down here,
You live
dude.
there, we don't.
Right. It's still your community.
understand.
It's still your community.
But I was born and raised in this town.
Right.
I understand that.
Right. We can change things, man, if we stick together. It takes numbers. It does. One person.
I'm glad you're optimistic about it.
It's my only other option. Ignoring things and minding my business has not worked, dude. It's got me in this mess. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows my dog's names, my names. They feel like they can't knock on my door. That's sad, dude. Every one of them people should know my names, my dog's names, have my phone number, some type of communication. If you think I'm selling drugs, then you should be able to come knock on my door. Hey, is there anything going on? I know not get in my business, but just to let us know we're aware. Not coming, hey, you're doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? But
We need some neighborhood watch.
I'm trying. I fell
When I
short,
first started, we used to have neighborhood watch groups.
but I need the police to know.
They
You gotta
actually had
listen.
police radios.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever to help
I mean,
you guys.
it was actually a good program that just fizzled out.
Yeah, but I just get the raw end of the deal. I had people selling drugs in front of my house one day, and it was the neighbors' people, and they was blocking my driveway, and I called the police and told them to move, and they jumped out. You're fucking disrespecting me, motherfucker, wanting to fight in the
Yeah,
street.
he
Now,
knows
hold
that.
on. The police came down, said it was me, my fault, let them punch my car, said I can go file a police report if I want for whatever. I don't understand it. It's like they switched the whole thing around like it's all me, and it's probably my mouth. They think I'm yelling at them, trying to tell them how to do their job, and they don't like that, man. But in all reality, we all don't want to follow the rules. But like you said, there's always a law, a regulation, a code, something. We've done cane back in the day. Used to be able to go out in the street and draw, but some people didn't want to carry a gun. They wasn't considered pussies. They just didn't want nothing to do with that. And guess what? You couldn't go make them and shoot them, or the law would get your ass. Don't make me have to carry a gun, dude. Don't make me have to defend. I want the law to do it for me.
Yeah, you don't issue.
That's what I'm saying. I should be able to call the police. Hey, these people are harassing me. I know they can't come down and arrest them, but they shouldn't be over there talking crap to me. They should be over there saying, listen, if y'all gonna sit on the porch, you need to leave him alone. It's harassment. I'm warning you now. He calls me again, I'm taking you guys or giving you a ticket or whatever. Then I got a paper trail. See, I'm telling you years of stuff, and you're saying you're gonna go look it up. You ain't gonna find nothing, dude. They don't even log it. Most of the time, your secretary will argue with me on the phone whether it's an offense or not. I called one day. I was doing somebody's yard, and the neighbor pulled up. She was the only one home, and I was scared for her. And I called. I said, "Hey, she just pulled up right in front of the house." She says, "Do you have the restraining order?" I said, "No, my wife's got it." Well, then she has to call. She has to call. I said, "It might be too late by then." They made her call.
I called them when I was at the school. She's not supposed to be there, and your dare teacher told
Yep.
me she has every right to be, and
Yep.
my paper says no, and the judge is looking into that and saying what, because I'm taking her
He's going to
back.
frown upon it.
Yep, everything that she violated, I called the cops on, and they won't do anything about it, and the judge is like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Petty or not, Officer Brown told me I was a crybaby, that he should have never issued her
Yep.
a restraining order.
should have never got
She
it.
threatened me, and she turned around and threatened me again online. So it's all
Who's the
about.
judge that issued the restraining order?
John DiGiorno or whatever his last name is. And she just put on the internet after we went to court for her husband for disorderly conduct fighting. You put your hand on the Bible and lied on my husband in court, I'm going to get your fucking ass. It's how you say things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's basically what you say and how you say it. So she got in trouble for looking at us as prey. They death threat all the time. All
And
the
the police
time.
won't do anything
They
about
won't
it.
do nothing.
What I'm trying to say, okay, it might be petty, but I'm scared. So if I call
shake.
you should do your job and cite her. She's not supposed to be 75 feet. If she is
Yeah.
below that, you cite her.
Yeah, give me my 75 feet so I can watch
and
it.
they won't do it, but it can turn in her murdering me. You don't know what people turn into. That's psycho.
Yeah. So they told her she couldn't park by the driveway, but she can still park right across the street where we got to pull out and go by her. The street's only 66 feet long. I got 75 feet. If I really wanted to push that issue, she shouldn't be parking nowhere near. She should have to park all the way down here. Now, I understand it's public, but when you go death threatening and getting yourself in trouble, you start losing your rights. Because the judge says 75 feet. Well, you have to listen to what that judge says. Whether or right you think that's wrong, you have to go off that. If you got a search warrant for a house, even if I think that it's wrong and you think it's wrong, if the judge gives you a search warrant, you're coming in, brother.
It would
What
have
the
done
judge says
that.
goes.
We have to go at the end of the
Yeah,
month
I'm
because she wants to
trying,
use her
we're trying to
husband.
do everything by the book and legal, and it's just not working for us. The system's not working for people. I understand why people take things in their own hands, why they don't go by the law. It's understandable. You're not given no justification. If you do it the correct way, we will handle this for you guys. You see what I'm saying? Me and the world seeing that. It's happening all over the world. It's just
Yeah,
not
'cause
Chillicothe.
what's
I've been here for a while.
Yeah, I bet.
I've never seen a situation like this.
Really? You're kidding me.
Yeah,
No,
we're-
it should have been nipped in the ass a long
I'm just
time
saying,
ago.
I'm a good person.
I've never seen a judge issue a protection order
Somebody threatening somebody's life?
No, not
Oh.
that.
Oh, that's what they did.
when people live across the street from each other.
Because she threatened their lives.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
why.
I understand. Totally.
Right.
I'm not saying it should have been issued.
Right.
I mean, I'm just, that's
It's
just,
a hard
this is a
thing.
unique situation.
It is. Well, we're getting a lot more people. You know what I mean? And we're getting bigger. And a lot of our ordinance and shit's outdated, and people's challenging them, like, don't block a driveway, right?
That's
So they're
all.
pulling all the way up to
I
it.
know,
Well, I'm
it's
not
just-
blocking it.
I know,
I'm not
that's-
blocking it.
There's a lot of stuff in the
Right.
United States being challenged right now.
Absolutely.
But I will take care of this. All right, next.
Okay.
Tomorrow, will you please either call in here?
You got it.
Let me know. I need a copy of that paperwork.
You got it. I just need you to reassure my wife if she feels distressed or scared from these people, she can call the Chillicothe Police Department
I
and
will
not be threatened
Right.
with disorderly conduct.
No, I'm going to
Okay.
put something out
Thank
about
you.
that also.
Thank you very much.
That
I
I'm
greatly
a good
appreciate
person. You
that.
can lift my record up. The only thing I got from you all was a pop can.
I'm a career criminal, so I know both sides, brother. I'm telling you now. I was what you wanted. You know what I mean? And I've changed my ways, and I'll never go back. And my conscience ate me alive. I've sinned and hurt and broke in people's houses. I even robbed one of the detectives that worked here one time. I didn't know it was him. You know what I mean? But That was the last time I got in trouble, and that was the turning point for me. I haven't touched a drug since then, and I've worked on myself every day since then. That fight or flight we got, I'm working on neither one. Anger's too easy to go to, man. I want a different emotion, different approach, because it's getting me in trouble. People think I'm yelling at them and shit, and they don't want to talk about it. A lot of people wouldn't have listened.
Just some words of advice, you know, and it's taken me a long time not to. You know, it takes me a while now to get fired up.
All right,
I used to
works.
snap. I used to snap.
Feels good,
I
control.
wasn't as bad as you were.
Yeah,
to be
I'm pretty
honest
bad.
with you.
Yeah.
But you know, now just step back, take a deep breath. You know, if you feel it start to go,
Right, right.
take a step back.
I just feel like I gotta get it all out real quick.
I know.
I'm gonna miss something.
You're gonna
But
miss
then when I'm saying it so fast, hell, you're missing it because I'm going 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I just need to, you know, I told her if I could quit cussing and use my vocabulary a little bit better, because I am educated, I could probably be a preacher or something, man. You know what I mean? And inspire people and you know, because...
Never too late.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I've been trying that for the past 3 years, and I have not regretted it, man. We had a good fellowship up in West Virginia, man. We had an ostrich dinner. Dude, it was so great. They had a concert and all kinds of stuff. I've never been anywhere where there wasn't a Karen or somebody trying to control something. It was all there for the Lord, man. You know what I mean? And you could tell and feel it. It was awesome. Awesome. Thank
So
you.
don't forget about tomorrow.
Oh, I definitely won't. I won't, dude. I got
Did
you.
they say that
We'll
they were
continue.
going to give that to you tomorrow?
Yeah,
or
they're
in
going.
2 days?
No, he's going to come today because he let me know. He said, "Listen, just because you got them pins, man, you need this paperwork to back them pins up.
do
It's
have-
the
you
other
need
half,
paperwork.
right?" But he was letting me
Those
know
pins
because I
can
didn't
be
have
moved
it.
and-
He was being quiet. Yeah. Well, he said if they go touch anything over, it's a misdemeanor. You'll get them.
Yeah.
So they can't go over here and start touching their stuff. Okay. Cool. If you put that in there too, please, I'd appreciate it.
Well, we'll fill that all in tomorrow.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
cool. All right. Thanks, Todd.
All
I
right.
appreciate you, brother.
Be careful.
Have a blessed one. Stay safe.
Well, I understand. Yes.